Hi and welcome to Home Assistant How-To with BeardedTinker. Today we will be playing with the trigger conditions and trigger IDs, the functionality that was added in the version of Home Assistant 2021.7. We'll start in a couple of seconds. Before we go with today's video, I really would like to thank all the members who have joined my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for all of your support so far. And also thanks to everybody who subscribed, watched or liked my videos. Thank you! And now let's get started with today's video. In the version 2021.7, new functionality was added. And I think it's something really important and very powerful tool for all of you that create automations inside Home Assistant. Yes, of course, you can use Node-RED, but as I've mentioned previously a couple of times, I myself am avoiding it because I do not want to have external tool to do something that can be done internally inside Home Assistant. But yes, unfortunately a lot of things can be easier done in Node-RED than in Home Assistant. Well, it changed with 2021.7. With the introduction of trigger conditions and trigger IDs, you can create very sophisticated automations that can be triggered, but also the status of why it was triggered can be tracked throughout the automation. So today we'll be covering that by using the same example that Frank did here. We will do it through the UI, but you can also create automation like that inside the YAML editor, for example VS Code or file editor. So in order for us to start with it, let me quickly explain what's going on here. First of all, you have triggers, and you can have multiple triggers. But when automation is triggered, at the end of automation you really are not sure what exactly did trigger that specific automation. So for example, you can have front door open, but you can have couple of triggers that will be triggering the same automation. In this case, the first trigger is triggered when there is a gate open or front door open. The second one is triggered if it's in that same state for more than 10 minutes. And third thing can be, for example, if it's in the same state for the 10 minutes and nobody's at home. So we have three very different conditions. If the door is just open, maybe somebody's coming in. If the door is open for more than 10 minutes, somebody may have forgotten it. But what's the worst thing is that the door is open for more than 10 minutes and nobody is at home. This can be triggered for alarm. So as you can see, the same automation can be used to trigger three different alarms or notifications. One is just, hey, the door is open. Second one is warning, the door is open. And third one is caution alarm, the door is open and nobody's at home. So let's get started with it. For this, we will go to Automations Editor UI. So let's create our automation. I will be using the UI Automations Editor, but you can do the same thing in a YAML editor. And maybe even in a YAML editor, it would be much easier to do it than the UI. But let's try it. Let's go to Configuration, Automations, Add Automation, start with Empty Automation, and we will call it Front Door is Open. Okay, as I said, in this example I'll be using the same thing that Frank was using in his example on the Home Assistant webpage or documentations page. We'll be using the front door contact sensor. So the trigger will be state, entity will be front door contact sensor. We want to track when it changes to on state, and the first trigger will be called normal. If we look at YAML code, we see that we are now tracking the platform state, entity binary sensor front door contact. It needs to be changed to on mode, and the ID is normal. This will be in a case if somebody has just opened the door. Somebody may be just entering your apartment or house. But we want to create additional trigger, and this trigger will use the same state for the same binary sensor, front door contact, but we want to make sure that we are tracking on state for example, 5 minutes. And we will be using the ID here. We will call it forgotten. If we look at YAML code, So this is now platform state, entity ID is front door contact once again. We are tracking when it's turned to the on state for 5 minutes and the ID for that is forgotten. By the way, if you are writing this in a YAML code, you can do it like this. 5. And as we said, we want to add the third state, and the condition will be that the front door has been left for more than 45 minutes. So let me try that. Let's go to Trigger, State. As we said, we will be using alarm for Trigger ID here. Once again, front door contact for binary sensor. Once again, we will be tracking to on state, and we want to track this for 45 minutes. In YAML code, it looks like this, but once again, I said that if you're writing it in a YAML code directly, not using the UI, maybe it will be easier for you to understand or later on read if you type here like this. Platform state, entity ID, alarm, to condition or to state on for 45 minutes. Okay, so now let's start with the fun part. Now we have to create actions and we want to have 3 different options. So for start, let's add action. Let's select here choose. And for first option, we'll be using the normal state or normal ID. Add condition, trigger, normal ID. And action will be simple push notification to our Synology chat. Call service. Syno chat, message, front door is open. Okay, now we need to add additional option or second option. Once again, we will be using trigger, forgotten, add action, call service, Synology chat with the message, hey, someone forgot to close front door. This will be triggered when it's in a state forgotten, meaning that our front door has been left open for 5 minutes. But we also want to add the third option, condition, trigger, forgotten, add action, call service, Synology chat, alarm, front door left open. This will be triggered if the front door has been left open for more than 45 minutes. Let's save this. When we started the video, I mentioned that you can trigger this only when people are not home. So for example, you can add additional condition here. Let's say state BeardedTinker is not home. And this will, for example, be triggered only if the front door is not open for 45 minutes and I'm not home. You can then create additional option that will be triggered no matter what if the state of the door is open for 45 minutes. So as you can see, there are a lot of options on how you can play with it. I will remove this. Save it once again. Let's quickly run through everything we did here. So front door is open. Based on the state, front door contact when it's in state on, meaning the front door is open, we will have a trigger normal. This will be normal trigger when we just open the door. The second one will be triggered when the front door is open for more than, I've changed this to 30 seconds because I don't want to wait that long for the recording, but we said it will be 5 minutes. The trigger ID for this one will be forgotten. And the third state, once again, I changed from 45 minutes to just 1 minute. Trigger ID will be alarm when the state of the front door is open or on. And these are the options. First one, normal. Second one, forgotten. And third one needs to be alarm. Okay. So let's see how this works. I'll quickly change to Synology chat, and here let's see what happens when the front door is open. When the front door is open, we automatically receive notification that the front door is open. Now, depending on the time you've set, you will receive the second notification if the door has been open for too long. This one is the forgotten door notification or trigger ID. And the third one will be the one with the trigger ID alarm because the door was left open for too long. And here it is. So as you can see, you can create much more complex automations now just inside Home Assistant without need to run something like external scripts or Node-RED. Yes, there are still a lot of things that you can do in Node-RED that are much more difficult to do inside Home Assistant, but I believe that adding this functionality to Home Assistant really rocks. And this is it for this Home Assistant how-to with BeardedTinker. I've shown you how you can use it to track the front door and have multiple trigger IDs, but I would really like to hear for what ideas are you planning to use this. If you did like this video, please give it a like because it not just means a lot to me, but it also helps with the YouTube algorithms. If you have any kind of a comment or question in regard to this video or any previous video I did, you can always find me on my Discord server, and the link to Discord server is in the description of the video. But also feel free to leave comment down in the comment section below. If you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified on the future video updates, and of course, so you don't miss the streams. And I'll be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and have fun.